Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well. Having another great day. In this video, I just wanted to explain many reasons why I am not selling my graphics cards and I guess my crypto mining hardware that you guys see on the floor right now that is not being used and essentially not on for mining at the moment. But I believe many things to come that GPUs are going to be worth again what it was potentially in the previous all-time high of 2021. And I know some of you may scoff at that idea, but I'm a firm believer of what has happened in past history and the cycles of the markets, and not just in crypto, but what's happening in the world right now. It seems like, everything is going down and recession. There are many crypto mining OGs, veterans that understand the cycles that we're in and understand that, a typical GPU will be worth more than what it was again. It's going to happen again. And whether or not that's going to happen soon or, a couple years from now, nobody knows. Nobody knows. But it's just things like that where I want to explain further in this video, give you guys my thoughts and all that kind of stuff, because some of you have been asking me, Red Panda, are you selling your graphics cards? And the short answer is no. So let me explain further what I mean to you all in this video right after a word from our sponsor.
Established in 2017, Octominer is an international mining hardware company. They manufacture and engineer the best mining equipment in the industry and supply rigs to some of the largest mining farms around the world. Their GPU mining rigs also integrate with the top crypto operating systems like HiveOS, MinerStat, and Simple Mining. All parts come with an international 1-year warranty. Exciting news! They will be adding ASIC miners for sale to their website soon and launching a new product built specifically for ASIC home miners. Please visit octominer.com or email support@octominer.com for questions.
I really love the Founders RTX 3070s, super nice cards. I also like the reference design 6700 XTs, really efficient GPUs, really nice, really nice. Okay guys, so opinion number one, and this is not financial advice, so all the opinions I have in this video is not financial advice, so take everything with a grain of salt. Do your own research and don't listen to me. I'm not a very smart person. Reason number one as to why I'm not selling my GPUs right now is I believe that GPU mining is going to come back again in terms of its profitability, and when that happens, GPU prices are going to go back up again. All right, that will happen in my opinion, as things really start leveling off, as people who don't watch crypto YouTube or get their information from YouTube are potentially selling their GPUs, not thinking about the long term. And so there are people who are mining farms and such that are liquidating their hardware, and they just can't continue with crypto mining, especially with GPUs, because it's not profitable at this moment. But personally, as a residential miner such as myself, I am capable of hodling this hardware because I don't need to sell for the cash, and I'm a firm believer that this hardware that I have right now is going to be worth more, a lot more, in the future. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen in the next 6 months or year. Who knows? Right now, the state of the world, as everyone has probably seen, recession talks, CPI number, inflation numbers, everything just keeps going up and up and up, that the cost of living is actually going up a lot. And so that's going to affect generally a lot of people around the world who live paycheck to paycheck. So if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you have this kind of hardware and you are essentially cash strapped, then unfortunate as it is, you may need to sell all your hardware, and you can't really hold on to it for the long term. But I would say most people who got into crypto mining are those that had expendable income to get into this type of hobby or business per se. But I'm kind of going off track here. Everyone's financial situation is different, so I can't speak for a lot of people. But anyways, that's really the gist of opinion number one. I believe that we will come to a point when everything will start leveling off. There will be people who can continue on mining and hodling their hardware, or there's going to be people that have to sell their hardware. All right, it's going to be like an equilibrium there. Every time you're going to go to What to Mine or any profitability website, you're going to see how much your hardware is making. But ultimately, when the markets come back, like when Bitcoin comes back and starts rallying and starts going to a new all-time high, and with that there will be price appreciations of a lot of the other coins out there, not just Ethereum I'm gonna say, but other proof of work projects like Flux, Ergo, Ravencoin, all those other coins that we've seen as of recently that a lot of people are mining. I'm a firm believer that those coins will go up in the future, and thus once those coin prices go up, right, the byproduct of that is that GPU mining profitability is going to go up. And so you know what that means? That means GPU prices are probably going to go up as well. I'm not saying that's going to happen soon. It could be 3, it could be 5 years from now. Who knows? Nobody knows. If you're following the Bitcoin cycles and what has happened in previous history, then that may happen. Not financial advice, of course. Okay, so that was, I guess, my opinion number 1 there. It has a lot of small nuances to that one, and I could really branch off a lot in opinion number 1, but that was just the gist of it, okay, just the gist of it. All right, opinion number 2 is that, the reason why I'm not selling my GPUs right now is that it's because I am hoping that I can also accumulate more hardware. I know when I say that, you guys are probably laughing your head off like, Red Panda, what? How could you accumulate even more hardware? Well, it's like I said in opinion number 1. If, for example, price appreciations of those coins happen in the next couple years, is that the prices of GPUs could go up again, right? So just an example, RX 580s, like 8 gigabytes or even 4 gigabyte cards, at one point in 2018 and like 2019 and even I think beginning of 2020, RX 580s were selling between $40 to $60. And then lo and behold, you guys knew what happened. In late 2020 or beginning of 2021 and then throughout 2021, RX 580s were worth between $400 and $500. So think about the opportunity there of which you can buy hardware now. I'm not saying now, because there still could be more blood in the streets in terms of as GPU mining isn't as profitable right now and dependent on your electrical cost, and it goes back to if mining farms are going to liquidate their hardware, it's a whole yin and yang type of thing. But I'm just saying is that buying hardware during the low times when no one is interested in mining is probably one of the most best times to get into GPU mining, or to buy hardware, or to even hoard the hardware in hopes that you can sell the GPUs for a lot more than what you bought them for. And really, that's basically it. And I mean, I could give many other examples of crypto mining hardware. It's just not just GPUs that have gone up in price, but like, ASIC miners as well, okay? Like if you bought S19s in the beginning of 2020 when they were like, what, $3,000 to $3,500, the S19s, and then like a year later in 2021, they were, the same models were selling for $15,000, 15 grand. Look at the opportunity cost there. Look at the difference from if you bought that a year ago previously and then you sold it a year later. Think about that. Think about the difference there, how much you made just by buying the hardware. I mean, I'm not even accounting, I guess, mining with it. Man, if you were mining with it also during the bull runs, then you're also making money. And then at the same time, if you sold it, then you're winning out on both ends. Now, obviously, that strategy there I just explained is something that I don't do personally because I don't have time to sell my GPUs. I don't have time to pack it all up. I don't have time to list my GPUs, talk with people, deal with logistics and all that kind of stuff. I hate doing that stuff. You guys know I don't have time to do that. And another side of it is accounting as well. If you got to figure out the taxes and your cost basis of the hardware, the time you bought it, and then if you sold it, for profit, if you're doing it as a business, you're gonna have to pay taxes on the income, on the extra profit that you made from selling the hardware for a lot more than what you bought it for. All right, so all that kind of stuff is, I don't want to play that game. I don't play that game, and so yeah, my strategy there is a little bit different from what I just explained, but that is something that a lot of people do actually. Okay, what I mentioned is buying hardware when it's cheaper during the bear markets and then selling it for a lot more during the bull runs because it's, the hardware is essentially profitable. So I have like a lot more hardware that I've seen that has gone so much more during the previous bear market and then sells like 10 times more in the bull runs. But I would say generally all crypto mining hardware during the bull runs when things are profitable are a lot more expensive, and I think majority of you guys have seen stuff like that. Okay, so that's kind of, I guess my reasoning number 2. Again, a lot of nuances in that one. I could really branch off a lot in that one. Okay, reason number 3 as to why I'm not selling my GPUs. Since there has been a lot of, I guess, GPU drama amongst, EVGA, you guys know EVGA is no longer selling GPUs, and NVIDIA, they're coming out with their 4000 series. Also NVIDIA has kind of been, manipulating the markets in a way that they are holding silicon or holding, supply, and thus they're trying to create that, supply and demand type of thing so that, they can keep the GPU prices up in a sense, right? And so it kind of goes back to where I was talking about where GPU pricing hasn't really come down a lot in some areas. And I did do a poll though on YouTube, and a lot of you guys answered that. And really that poll there wasn't a blowout, honestly. And depending where you live, GPU pricing really hasn't changed after the Ethereum merge. So that's a whole nother thing, right? And so with the silicon shortage that we've had in 2021 and NVIDIA manipulating the markets, and then now with the 4000 series coming out, a lot of people may not want to buy the 4000 series because they are a lot more power hungry in a sense. And so for GPU mining with those cards, I really don't think they're going to be great, because I was looking at, I think it was the CUDA cores, and the bit bus on those cards are really nothing crazy compared to the 30 series cards. And so I really don't think we're gonna see a gain on hash rates for the 4000 series versus the 30 series. And so that's why I am holding on to all of my 30 series GPUs, because I think, as we all know, like GPU mining efficiency is king. And so we need to make sure we have the efficient hardware for mining. And I just believe that I don't think the 4000 series GPUs for mining are going to be efficient at all. But that is not financial advice. We haven't seen the numbers yet. I will try to get a 4090 or a 4080 or whatever that comes out in the next month here as of recording this video, and I will do hash rates for that and see what the comparison is to, like, a typical 6700 XT or a RTX 3070, right? The 3070 is generally one of the most efficient GPUs for mining, and especially the dollar value, hash per watt and dollar per hash or whatever. The 3070 is one of the best. So hopefully reason number 3 made sense a little bit there. Again, a lot of nuances I could go off within all those things I just said in there. All right, reason number 4 as to why I haven't been selling my GPUs is that I'm addicted to buying GPUs. I'm addicted to crypto mining, as most of you know. It's actually an issue. Like, it's actually a real problem. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell by my videos, but like, when I want to buy GPUs or looking at GPU prices, I love it. I'm always looking out for deals. And you guys know I just bought like 8 6700 XTs for like 290 bucks recently. And that's another thing, is that I've been seeing deals from other miners in the community. And that's one of the greatest things though, is miners are willing to sell to other miners at a cheaper price as to what they're going for on the used markets, like on Craigslist or eBay or something like that. Scambay, I hate eBay so much. Those kind of things is that what makes it nice for the community, for those that are in different communities and, different discords, buy and sell and whatnot. You can find good deals on like Dream's escrow service. Now, a lot of discords though are shut down for buy and sell, like mine. I don't do buy and sells on my Discord because that is a rule that a lot of people have been getting scammed. All right, so you have to be wary of a lot of scams that are out there and all that kind of stuff if you plan on buying GPUs and whatnot as prices come down, hopefully in the next, hopefully. But I really don't think they're going to go down as much more than what they are now due to inflation and due to MSRP and all that kind of stuff. NVIDIA manipulating the market for silicon, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, reason number 4, addiction to me, buying hardware is a real issue. It's a real problem, and it's probably a problem that may not pertain to a few of you, maybe to a few of you, not a lot of you maybe, but it is a real problem because we tie, I would say, our mentality of making money through graphics cards. And with that, right, making money is kind of a addiction in itself, in that we put forth that ideal into our GPUs. And so it's kind of like, gambling in a sense. Some people like to tie that, with GPU mining and gambling, crypto, whatever. I really don't like to use that word or tie both of those together, but it is similar in a way, I'd have to say. It is similar. And so GPU mining as an addiction, it definitely is a problem. Okay, Reason number 5, and this is probably not a reason at all, shouldn't be an opinion, but I personally love GPU mining. You guys know I'm strictly a GPU mining channel, and I make, crypto mining content as much as I can. I make a lot every day. You guys know I do it every day, and since after the merge, I've just been, consolidating, only turning on the rigs that I can financially handle, and I've explained that many times in other videos. And yeah, I've just been waiting until there's more blood in the streets per se, as to when people were, more people will turn off. Maybe bigger mining farms who can't keep up with the expenses are going to eventually turn off. So that's going to lower the difficulties of those networks. And then when that happens, then residential miners will, hopefully start coming back, such as myself, because our electric rate is, it's not as good as warehouse miners. But, warehouse miners, they have other expenses, not only just on their electricity, but, insurance, security, redundancy, internet, everything. There's a lot of expenses when it comes to warehouse mining, and so, but when it comes to home mining, there really isn't much expense except for your electricity. And of course, you probably have home insurance as well, or business insurance for all your hardware, but it's not as much as like renting or leasing a warehouse. Strata fees, management fees, some leases you have to pay for property taxes as well. There's just a lot more expenses, I would say, when you go more industrial versus residential. But anyways, I'm going off a tangent here. I just love crypto mining. You guys know that. I have definitely a bigger bias in terms of, a positive outlook in the long term for crypto mining. And so that's why I really look into the long term, right? If you look at the previous times in crypto mining, there's always going to be ebb and flows. There's always going to be unprofitable times. As we look towards the future, as we look towards better times ahead, you just ultimately have to believe that. That is the ultimate strategy that we all have to play here. And I think that as long as we stick to our goal, stick to our plan, then it's all going to work out eventually. I know that times seem to be tough right now. I know everyone's financial situation is different. For those that are living paycheck to paycheck right now, and maybe some people that have mortgages and variable rate mortgages, and you're paying more monthly now for your mortgage, it sucks. It definitely sucks. I feel you guys on that one. For those that are unable to continue to mine now because of literally life-changing events, because you're paying for those types of things. But ultimately, if you want to continue in this type of business, in a sense, is that you're gonna have to figure out a way to make more money to handle your crypto mining business or strategy for the long term. That's ultimately it, guys. That is the end all be all here, is that as residential miners, if you are looking to create that, long-term wealth, generational wealth type of thing, there are many ways to do it. I didn't even talk about, getting back into the crypto, mining itself, but I did touch on when people that have higher expenses, higher electric, are eventually going to start turning off in the next, I don't know, who knows, next couple months, next year, dependent on how much capital they have to be able to pay for their electrical bill out of their pocket. Then that's when, we can start turning on. And I know that sounds super sad, to be honest, but I'm not trying to be disingenuous here, right? There's going to be winners, there's going to be losers when it comes to crypto mining. That mining is very competitive, right? It's very competitive. And that's actually something I thought of, as I'm a crypto mining content creator, the stuff that I talk about, making your GPUs more efficient, new settings for these cards, new settings for those cards, information on ASICs or whatever, profitability, when I make videos about that, it's going to affect everyone's bottom line, because those people are going to get more efficient rigs. Those people are going to tune their rigs more efficiently, and so it gets more competitive, if you guys understand what I mean there, But I am never disingenuous in that regard. I've always given you guys, just information out there, but relative to what profitability is and how much hash rate is on the networks, all that kind of stuff really depicts how everything comes together in our ecosystem, especially when it comes to GPU prices, okay? All right, my friends, that's it for this video. I feel like I could have gone off multiple different directions into my reasonings. I mean, there's multiple opinions, and multiple of my opinions that I did. It's more so not 5, but more like 10. But hopefully you guys get the gist of what I'm talking about as to why I am not selling my GPUs, and I am going to be hoarding GPUs. I'm going to be hoarding everything for the next run-up, essentially, the next Bitcoin cycle, whenever that comes, okay? That's the ultimate end-all be-all. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.